Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Rengoku. Rengoku can be an absolute sweetheart, but for the most part, there was something you knew about him that you were quite certain of as well. He would get very panicked if he knew that you were pregnant, not because he does not want a child, but because he wants one so much, and he would actually shower you in attention. But what you knew was that you needed some time before you could tell him of this new addition to your life. Something that would change your life forever. Of course, you needed some time to process things on your own as well before giving him the news. But the more you kept quiet, the harder it got to tell him. And that's why you could not say a word. No matter what you wanted, you knew that you felt bad about hiding it in the first place, when you knew he would be so welcoming. And he was not stupid either. He knew something was wrong. He just didn't know what. And you felt bad for worrying him so badly. Wyan, is everything alright? He asked. Like the other days where he would ask you the same question, wondering if you were okay, wondering why you want to eat a single thing in the morning, and hoping that it was not his food. But it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like you're sick, vomiting every so often, and that worried him even more. But seeing how he was so interested to know, and how he seemed to be worried to took over you, the guilt within you increased. And you knew you had to tell him. You were preparing, you just had to find the right time. And meanwhile, he was trying to figure things out on his own, gathering the evidence, and trying to just decide within his own mind what could truly be going on that you would not tell him. What is truly happening? And what does he not know? Until it pops up in his own mind that you could be pregnant. That could be it. And it scares him, but it makes him happy as well. And that's why he knows he has to tell you what he thinks. Or at the very least that he has noticed something going on. Wyan, I think you're hiding something from me, he said. And you're anxious, seeing how the conversation was going, especially when he went on to say what he had in mind. Are you hiding that you're pregnant? Is that it? He said. And your heart stood still before he nodded. And he looked a bit upset, but he didn't seem angry for some reason. That's all right. I don't understand why you hid this, but at the very least, I need to know why. I need to know your intentions behind hiding it. I would have never been angry had I been to find out. You know how much I want children, Wyan. I know. And I was just anxious. I'm trying to take things in too. It's a lot for me to process. So I want to be able to process things before I tell you. You say, and he hugs you tightly. He's not really mad at you, and he's glad that you made him understand. He didn't want to space your doubts within his heart. He didn't want to wonder. He wanted to know the truth, and he was glad that you were willing to give him that. Kokushibo. Kokushibo did not think that you would hide such a thing from him at all. In fact, he knew that you were truthful, that you would always tell him the truth no matter what. But that did not seem to be the case here. It was not like you were lying either. It was rather you not telling him anything at all, which was not something that he was a fan of. He didn't know what was going on, but he knew enough to know that something, whether it be something he knows or not, was happening, and he had to actually get to the roots of this. He just did not know how, or how he was supposed to be able to, when you were trying to convince him that everything was fine, that there wasn't anything going on, that he was just overthinking and being anxious, when he very clearly was not. It made him upset. It made him angry and invalidated in his feelings. He never got that anger out on you. He just thought that he was being irrational. Until he saw the things that were happening, and the thoughts kept coming onto his mind. And then, one particular thought stood out to him. You could be pregnant. That could be it. And it would also explain why you're not telling him. So that's why all of a sudden, he went over to you, looking into your eyes. Ryan, I need you to be honest with me right now. Honest? I mean, sure. When have I not been honest with you, Kokushibo? You tell him. And you're a little bit anxious. What could be happening right now? But it seems like it's not working very well. Whatever words you told him, it's making this worse. Ryan, I'm no idiot. So don't treat me like I'm one. Just tell me, what are you hiding? Are you pregnant, Ryan? He said, and he paused, staring. How would you know? So you are, he said, and you look a little bit guilty, but anxious as well. Listen, Kokushibo, I never meant to hide it from you. I never meant to keep it a secret forever. I was going to tell you when the time was right, but... But what, Ryan? You were hiding the fact that you were pregnant. With my child. Ours. What were you afraid of? He asks you. And he's surprised by your answer. I was afraid that you would leave. That you wouldn't like this. That you wouldn't want one so soon. And I'm just as surprised as you are, but I'm scared. I don't want to lose you. I don't want you to leave me at a time like this. Please, Kokushibo. Just let's talk about it. You beg him. You are begging him. For some reason or another. He doesn't know why this is happening. But it makes him so guilty. Perhaps he has not made his love clear enough. And he should have. That's why he takes you into his arms, holding you close to him. Ryan, my love will never be conditional. Know that, and always be sure of it. I'm sorry I made you feel this way. I'm sorry I wasn't there enough, and that I didn't figure things out soon enough, but I promise, whatever you decide, I will be here for you. You don't need to hide anything from me. You're glad to hear it. It sure seemed like a lot of things were there to be worked on, but it was a step, and a very good one.